you know that you cannot say arrive to? You want to know more about arrive? Stay tuned. Hello, my dear students. This is Monica from El Blog para Aprender Inglés. And today we're going to talk about the word arrive, a very common word and difficult to use because of the different prepositions. So it's not very important, but if you know how to use the prepositions, your English sounds much better. So, well, there are three possibilities. We never say, but remember this, rule number one, the most important rule, don't say arrive to, okay? We don't use arrive to. You can say arrive to a conclusion, but probably a native speaker would say arrive at a conclusion. But you can say arrive in, and when do you say arrive in? Okay, this you have to remember. When you are referring to a city or a country. For example, she arrived in Madrid yesterday. Ella llegó a Madrid ayer, okay? Or she arrived in Spain, so city or country, okay? Now you have also arrive at. Arrive at goes with a special location. For example, they arrived at the restaurant on time. And then we have arrive on. That can be used for time, arrive on time, and can be used for several other situations. For example, island, arrive on an island, arrive on a territory, arrive on the scene, for example. Okay, there are many other specific cases when we use arrive on. Okay, but let's study this a little bit with more detail. Say, the first case is arrive without preposition. Examples, he arrives home at 6 o'clock every day. He arrives home, él llega a casa todos los días a las 6. Another example. Why does she arrive late every Monday? Why does she arrive late every Monday? ¿Por qué llega tarde todos los lunes? Okay, you see, without preposition, we don't need a preposition there. Or the last example, it is difficult to arrive there, okay? So my recommendation, you have to learn these sentences by heart. By heart means de memoria. Te las aprendes de memoria, okay? Now, arrive con en. I think this is very common, to arrive in. So, for example, they arrived in London yesterday. Llegaron a Londres ayer. They arrived in London yesterday. Llegaron a Londres ayer, ¿vale? I don't know when they will arrive in Germany. No sé cuándo ellos llegarán a Alemania. Okay, another example. Is he going to arrive in Madrid tomorrow? Is he going to arrive in Madrid tomorrow? Okay. Now, ahora vamos a ver arrive at. Arrive at lo usamos cuando hablamos de llegar a un lugar. Ok, vamos a ver un ejemplo. She will arrive at the station at 4 o'clock. At the station es el lugar determinado, ¿vale? Or we arrive at Barajas, the airport, no? In the morning. We arrived at Barajas in the morning. Or another example, the children never arrive at the school on time. The children never arrive at the school on time. Los niños nunca llegan al colegio a tiempo o puntualmente. Ok, y luego puede ir con on. Okay, this is strange, but there are situations where we use arrive on. For example, let's see. But we can say arrive on an island, arrive on a territory, arrive on the scene, el lugar donde ocurrieron los hechos o el escenario, okay? Arrive on Wednesday, arrive on a specific day, okay? Or they arrive on their own. Okay, all those examples. To wrap up, to remember, two ideas. No usamos arrive to, forget it, get it out of your brain, okay? No usamos arrive to, pero usamos arrive in for cities and countries, para ciudades y países. Usamos arrive at for places, arrive at the station, for example. Y usamos arrive on with different words like on an island, on a territory, on the scene. Okay, that's it. Now, some exercises. Let's see if you can do this. Exercise. Él llegó a Japón. Okay, in this case, Japón is a country, so it's in. He arrived in Japan. He arrived in Japan. Okay. Segundo, nosotros llegamos a tiempo. We arrived on time. We arrived on time. Ellos llegaron a casa. Ellos llegaron a casa. They arrived home. Okay, so you see there, no preposition. They arrived home. ¿Dónde llegaste? At. Where did you arrive at? Where did you arrive at? ¿Por qué siempre llegas tarde? Why? ¿Por qué siempre llegas tarde? Why do you always arrive late? Why do you always arrive late? Yo llegué a la estación norte. I arrived at the station north. I arrived at the station north. And the last one. Tú llegaste a Madrid el viernes. Tú llegaste a Madrid. You arrived in Madrid on Friday. Ahí tenemos las dos. You arrived in Madrid on Friday. Okay, that's it for today. See you in the next class. Bye bye.